We're back now with the truly shocking story of Mandy Boardman, who's been waking up in the middle of the night with half-dissolved pills in her mouth. Absolutely no idea how they got there. Well, Mandy is about to find out that it's her husband who's been betraying her and recording disgusting evidence on camera. Here's Pat Lalama.
Mandy Boardman's holding on to her sanity by a thread.
I literally thought I was losing my mind.
For years, Mandy's been waking up feeling like she's had sex through the night, but having no memory of it. Finding panties that she'd worn to bed lying on the floor the next morning with no idea how they got there. Feeling so tired through the day she could barely function.
I knew something was going wrong.
Mandy's finally about to discover to her horror what it is.
I am starting to put the pieces together.
A light literally goes on.
I ended up waking up in the middle of the night and finding my husband over me with a flashlight. I'm asking what's going on. I'm watching my husband run from my side of the bed over to his side of the bed. I go over there and I see him stuffing something under the mattress. What's under the mattress? Nothing. What's under the mattress? Nothing. I'm gonna get what's under the mattress, so I go for it. We had a little physical toss. Eventually, I got what was under the mattress. I look at it and there was a vial and an eyedropper. And I'm like, what is this? Nothing. No, you had this. What is this? You're trying to hide this. What is it? And he just tells me. He's like, it's Xanax. He's like, I'm giving it to you. And I'm like, why? He's like, I feel like you need sleep. You won't take it, so I'm giving it to you.
Now, Mandy suddenly knows why she's been feeling tired, and the whole ugly picture is coming into focus.
After I find the vial, I start noticing things.
The next piece of the puzzle comes in a can.
There were a couple times that I would open up a new soda, I'd set it down, I'd walk away, I'd come back, I'd take a drink, and it would taste different.
Then, one day it happens while husband David is sitting at the table where Mandy has left her open can of soda.
I asked him, I was like, what'd you do? And he's like, nothing. I was like, did you put something in my soda? And he's like, no, I didn't. I was like, then you drink it.
David refuses, and that's all Mandy needs to know.
I'm not stupid.
But Mandy still has no idea of the scope of David's evil deeds until he forgets to take his cell phone to work one morning.
So I decided to look at his phone.
And what she finds makes Mandy sick to her stomach.
The worst things I've ever seen.
3 X-rated videos of David raping Mandy while she's in a deep sleep induced by sedatives and sleeping pills he's been secretly feeding her.
I open these videos and I see myself in horrible positions, horrible things happening to me. I don't remember any of it. And I don't understand how I'm on these videos that are on this phone. It's so hard to see those things because you don't know. You don't know how that happened. I was devastated. I was disgusted. I felt such a roller coaster of emotion. I spent 12 years with this man and given him every bit of trust I ever had. He was supposed to take care of me. He was supposed to protect me. There's no way that he's actually violating me and recording it.
Mandy files for divorce and reports David to the Indianapolis police. And in an extremely rare prosecution of its kind, he is charged with raping his wife under laws that have been in place in all 50 states since 1993. The videotapes are a key piece of evidence that convinced a jury to convict him on 6 felony counts, including rape and criminal deviant conduct.
What an amazing night. I was just so thrilled. It was early in the wee hours of the morning, and we had been there the entire time waiting on this verdict. We get the guilty verdict, and I am free. Finally, like, this man is gone. He's gonna be in prison.
The jury's 6 felony count conviction was all the affirmation Mandy needed to move on with her life. David Wise facing 6 to 20 years on each one of those counts. And then came sentencing day. And Mandy Boardman will tell you she was assaulted all over again.
I sat there and was stunned. How? What?
Mandy is in utter disbelief and furious at the judge. She's absolutely devastated by the punishment he hands down. Instead of a possible 120 years behind bars, David Wise is sentenced to only house arrest.
I don't understand how this man could be convicted on 6 felonies and you could let him walk out the door with me. What?
Yes, my heart sank. That's the best way to put it. I think the same shock or disbelief that anyone else had when they heard about that sentence is the exact same thing that I felt. Sending someone to their home to serve out a sentence is, to me, just completely inappropriate when you consider the home is where she was victimized.
And Judge Kurt Eisgruber adds insult to injury when he tells Mandy her husband may have been, quote, a terrible husband, but that he's a loving father and she should work towards forgiveness.
I'm still, to this day, baffled that those words came out of the judge's mouth.
I could not believe my ears when I heard it. I thought the man's insane. He was just flat out insane for doing that.
That tells me that that judge clearly doesn't know what has happened here. I felt like he thinks of marital rape like a lot of people think of marital rape, that it's okay, and that's not real rape.
Judge Kurt Eisgruber told Crime Watch Daily he had no further comment about his sentence.
I think there's an unwillingness to accept that it is as bad as other forms of rape.
It is something that's horrible, something that no wife or woman should ever have happen to them.
Regardless of what the judge said, it's very important that everyone understand that you can rape your wife, you are harming her, and when that happens, we will pick her up and we will carry her forward.
We reached out to David Wise and he told Crime Watch Daily he did not want to speak with us. And why he committed such atrocities on Mandy remains a mystery. So does the judge's sentence.
I don't know that he was ever able to give any reason that would have made sense to people like you or I.
And not knowing if she will be safe from Wise when he has served his 8 years of house arrest is why Mandy's nightmare is still not over and may never really end.
Do you fear revenge on his part?
I do fear him. I fear that he will come at me with a vengeance. Nobody knows where I live because I'm scared. I don't want anybody to know. I don't want him to know. I don't want him to be around my kids. I don't want to have anything to do with him. I'm totally terrified that he will come after me.